Welcome back to Houston Live. And if you're anything like our next guest, you may have debated passionately with strangers online about politics.
Yeah, but instead of continuing these intense conversations, he channeled that energy into something everyone understands, comedy.
Absolutely.
Joining us with more about the new play, The Hispanic, Latino, Latina, Latinx, Latine Vote, is playwright Bernardo Cubría. Welcome to Houston Live.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, and well done on the title. Excellent work. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I totally get it. As someone who is whatever you want to call me, any one of those titles, I get it. And you know what? I relate with you because you said you would get anxiety trying to get through people's thick skulls online. I too feel that anxiety, but I never wrote a play.
Well, it was a huge mistake, something I'm deeply embarrassed about, that my wife had a lot of opinions on what I was doing with my time. But in the last 2 election cycles, I spent a lot of time arguing with strangers online. One night, I ended up staying up till 4 in the morning arguing with a woman in Kansas about immigration policy. And guess what? We didn't change each other's minds at all. Everybody just yelled into their echo chamber, and it was horrible, embarrassing. And so I decided to do something more positive this time around and write a comedy. Thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes.
And this is a common thing, especially around this time.
Totally.
People are internet keyboard warriors,
Yes.
right? And then it's different from having a conversation like an adult conversation just back and forth about these issues, but they just want to stay behind the keyboard and basically start fights. So I'm glad that you took it away from the keyboard.
Yeah, and that's what was so kind of disappointing in my behavior was I don't like being that person. I like sitting and getting to know people's nuances and their three-dimensionality, and I just wanted to get back to that, and that's why I wrote this play.
I think the basis is it's okay to not all have the exact same opinion.
Yes.
And the thing that kind of relates us all, we can agree, is we love to laugh. People love to laugh.
Yes.
They love humor.
Yeah.
And a little bit about you. Before I ask you my next question, I just want you to know, Bernardo went to U of H.
Yes.
You studied theater there.
Yes, very proud, yeah.
And you're a Houston. You've been in Houston since you were you were in Houston when you were 2 years old.
Yes.
That's when you got here.
Yeah.
And now you live in LA, you're based in LA, but how does it feel to be back in Houston at stages?
I mean, this is a dream come true. I can't tell you, I'm kind of overwhelmed with gratitude and joy today. I grew up in this city. This is where my parents still live, both of my brothers. My brother Alejandro wanted to say that he's obsessed with this show and watches you guys. So say hi, Ale. Really, for me, this is, I can't tell you what it means. I have all these friends coming from U of H Theater School, from Audio International School, where I went to high school, coming this weekend.
Did Beyonce and Kelly Rowland come from
No,
your
they
middle school?
didn't. I know. I was trying to think who's the famous person I went to middle school with, but I don't have that one. I do have awkward yearbook pictures I can bring next time. Yeah.
Amazing.
But and on Saturday, my mom has like 50 tias and tios coming to my show. I'm sure they'll all have a lot of opinions, but it's just a dream come true to have this.
Well, tell us about the
moment.
show. Tell us about what fans can expect when they come in and watch the show.
Yeah, so the play is kind of a satire that takes on this sort of notion of the Latino monolith, that somehow everyone from Tijuana to Buenos Aires should agree on every single political issue. But really, it's a story about this professor of Latinx studies named Paola Aguilar, who is going through IVF, and this is her 3rd go at it, and she's very much in debt. And so the political party hires her to help her explain to them the Latino vote. And she takes the job because she needs the money, and then hilarity ensues, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so how has it been received so far? I mean, you were a 2023 Sundance Screenwriter Lab Fellow Screenplay. You co-wrote that. You have a play called Crabs in a Bucket. So how is this different from any of the other projects? What are you most proud of about this play?
Well, what's amazing about this play is that it was built, I got to go to Florida and to Oregon and interview hundreds of Latino voters. And a lot of the conversations I had with those people, one-on-one, like you were saying, getting to know them, are in this play.
Oh, wow.
And it was just so wonderful to get to see the vastness of our community. I mean, the title is a joke on the fact that we can't even agree on a name for our community, which I actually think is awesome and wonderful. It shows that we are so vast that we can't, we have like 7 names,
Yeah. Right.
And everybody has very strong opinions on what that name should be. And, I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about this. This is such a great line that describes it so well. Don't get mad, get funny, right? And I find that even with people going out to see comedy shows, you forget that comedy is a genre where it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but it's supposed to be funny, and you just have to take it with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah. So that one of my heroes, Gary Shandling, that's his quote. And I love it because the truth is, through comedy, you can laugh about things that feel tricky, the conversations you can't have at Thanksgiving with your family. You can finally have it when we're laughing about it and we all realize how ridiculous it can get, especially when you do things like I did on Twitter, you know? Yeah.
Well, speaking of ridiculous things, without giving away too much, what is like the most memorable, ridiculous thing from a thread that you saw that you were arguing or you saw strangers arguing about?
So there's one character in the play, I don't want to spoil too much, but her name is Cristina Serrano. This is a real woman I interviewed in Florida, who's a 70-year-old Nuyorican who literally I sat down to interview her about her political views. She lit a cigarette and an hour went by and she just talked. And she told me lots of things, lots of very personal things. That woman had a lot of stories to share about her opinions, and they're in the play. And literally some of the best laugh lines in the play, I didn't write. They are from Cristina, wherever you are, Cristina, gracias, because it was like amazing. Just what a character.
Cristina.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. The play is running now through October 6th, Wednesday through Sundays at Stages. What else can fans expect? What's going to be the major curveball that's going to throw them for a loop when they come in?
Honestly, I hope they just have a great time. I really want people to come and know that this isn't a play that's going to preach to you.
Right.
It doesn't want to tell you what's correct or what's right. I'm done with that. This is a play that's about us being in community together, celebrating how diverse Houston is, how international Houston is, and it's really just a fun time. It's 90 minutes. You know, come have a drink beforehand. I'll be there this weekend if you want to come say hi. On Saturday, you can meet all my tias, and please come out.
Oh, how many tias do you have?
A lot, yeah.
Same.
Well,
Okay.
because tia, lots of people can be tias, you know? Maybe in the 2 weeks, you guys will be my tias. I don't know. You never know with our community, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Bernardo Cubria, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's going to be a great time. We've got more info online at HoustonLife.tv. Just look for the ticket link under the Scene On section.
And click on that before all his tias buy all the tickets.
Right.
He was speaking all our language: drink, humor, comedy, getting together. So great. Okay.